Yo guys, how's it going? Happy Shenmue Day. Hope you're all good and well on this very fucking hot Monday evening in the United Kingdom. I think it's probably the hottest day of the year. If not, then it's pretty damn close, and we're in September. As ever, for anybody who's new, and I can see some new people in chat, so thank you for joining us. I'm Matt. I'm one half of the dojo ownership and general dog's body. But with me is my more esteemed colleague, James. How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right, thank you. The other half, Matt's just said there. How's everyone doing, guys, in the chat? Everyone all right?
Good.
It's a hot day today for sure. I've been out in it all day, mate, and I'm absolutely knackered.
It's roasted. Sorry, guys, if you can hear my fan in the background, but I would be in a room that's about 45 degrees if I did not have this fan on, and you don't want to see me melt on stream. Well, maybe you do, but it's not going to happen. So there we are. Before we dive into Shenmue 2, where I'm looking to hopefully finish this tonight, we'll see how we go. We're going to go through some little tidbits of news. James, do you want to take us away with the first two bits?
Right, so the first one that we're going to nail down today, guys, just so make you all aware that we've got a brand new giveaway. Austin Tyndall signed this Sacred Spot Guide, Anime Sacred Spot Guide. How long ago was that? That's 2 or 3 weeks ago now.
About that, yeah.
When he was at the Anime Con in London that was in attendance for, managed to get him to sign a couple of things. That is the first item that he's signed. So if you want to win that, make sure you follow the dojo on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. That's where we pretty much cover those 3 outlets for the giveaways that we do. Like and share the post, and then you're entered. And then in a couple of weeks' time, I think I put down the 15th of September. I believe.
It's a long one, Friday. Then. Long one.
Yeah, we've got like a freebie Friday sort of thing going on lately. So yeah, if you want to enter that, guys, for that pretty cool prize. The second little bit of Shenmue Dojo news. It's worth a mention. It's currently airing at the moment. It's a bit of a time clash, really, Matt, right, with Radio Sega. But we've got a brand new show that was airing alongside the stream tonight over on Radio Sega and Terra Player, but obviously on the Dojo's end of things from tomorrow, same time, 8 p.m. You can catch the latest podcast that me and Matt have done. It's a Shenmue-themed music special. And yeah, just a lot of fun. Just something a little bit different from the norm. You know, the 3-hour long-winded non-stop talking that we normally do. This is more like it's just focused on the music.
Yeah.
And you'll be glad to know it's just over an hour's in length.
Hour 15, which for us is quite short.
It's quite a short show, but yeah. Hopefully you enjoy some of the music picks and find out the results of the free poll that we did.
The free poll that we did a few weeks ago, which I don't think you'd be too surprised about some of the results, but it was interesting. We had fun trying to find out who composed what. That took a lot of time.
That's true. That's harder than you think.
Yeah.
I've got the orchestral CD that's got like the credits for like 8 people. Well, the 8 songs that are on that CD, but then beyond that, it's kind of like hot luck. Who's worked on it? It's pretty much Ryuji Uchi.
Yeah, very much so. Right, and there's 2 other little bits of news, although they're not necessarily Shenmue related, but it's news all the same. As everybody knows, Air Twister's coming out in November. I believe it's November the 10th, if my memory serves me correctly. It was at Gamescom a couple of weeks ago, and Flagship, I don't know if he's in chat or not, went over to Gamescom. He represented Shenmue Dojo for us with a press pass, and he got to play Air Twister a couple of times, speak to in games, and is doing a write-up for us, which will be on the website ASAP. He's working on it at the moment between shifts at work. Not to put any pressure on him, he's been working really, really hard on it. So there's going to be a full write-up of Air Twister from Gamescom coming up on the website ASAP. So look forward to that. And I'm teasing a little bit of content that I've been working on. I'm just waiting on a translation, which I'm also hoping to publish on the website, hopefully by the end of the week. But if not, then sometime the week after, all being well. It's a good little piece of content I've been working on for a little while now, just putting the finishing touches to it. But I'll let your imaginations run wild as to what that may or may not be. But we are here to finish Shenmue 2 for the Like, help if my controller was even turned on, wouldn't it? That's a good start, isn't it? Your controller's not turned on, and you look really fucking stupid.
This is the penultimate stream, I guess. Well, what is that the right word? Penultimate or the final Shenmue 2?
I'm hoping it'll be the final Shenmue 2 entry. We'll see how we go. Guys in chat, just before I dive in properly, A, can you tell us if the audio's okay? And B, let's go through chats who is in there. I can see Cupertino's in, I can see Sheep's in, I can see Abdullah is in, Rhino's in. Who else have we got in as I work my way through? Stuart's in. Wong Shen, first timer in. Thank you so much for dropping in. Turner Laura is in as well. You took their name out of my mouth. And also Germano 810, welcome in as well. Peter Wilson's in. Mike Franz is in.
Abdullah 30 in Cardiff. Yeah, really hot man today. My van said 33 at one point.
Bloody hell.
Ilya. You just can't work in those conditions.
I took my car out because I had to go out at 4 and it was 32 degrees outside according to my car. Absolutely roasting.
It should be okay, but there's like no breeze or anything, is there? It's just
hot as fuck.
Too hot, man.
Just keeping an eye on my phone just in case my wife's trying to get me because she's out. Oh no, it's not.
I have had my aircon unit. It's actually, I don't know why I'm pointing. I've had that on in this office since about 2:30, so it's a bit cooler. But now I've had to turn it off because it's noisy. We're creeping back up. It's like 25 in here at the moment.
My office is fucking roasting. My PC.
You've got a little thermometer.
My PC's pumping. Obviously, it's on and it pumps out a fair amount of heat.
I've got this little thing. I think I showed you before. It's like a humidifier
thermometer. Yeah.
And yeah, basically, it's good for like a games room because try and bring it a bit closer. Because the bottom dial is for like the moisture in your office, or well, in the room that you're in, and you want to keep it between 40 and 60 ideally, or 40 and 60. Mine's about 55 at the moment, so basically if it goes a bit too high, you open the door and it brings back down. You get a bit of moisture in there.
Thank you, Daily Gaming Videos, for the sub as always. Much appreciated. That's a 10-month streak now as well. Much appreciated.
10 months in a row. That's amazing, mate. Thank you for that.
And if any of you are wondering whether to sub or not to us, obviously it's completely optional, and all your money goes into the costs of running the website, because it all comes out of James and I's pockets.
And it's a bit of a bugger, isn't it, mate? To say the least.
It can be, but all the time that we're in charge of it, the site will be online. We'll find a way.
Money
is
no
son.
issue.
Hope you're all good, man.
I'll say that. Yo, son. How's it going?
Now, with Shenmue 2, as those of you who've been in the previous streams on the 4th, I have jumped through cutscenes really swiftly, but some of these I'm not going to because they're too fucking good.
This is an iconic one, isn't it?
Yeah. So it's, yeah. Some of the talking with Shenhua I am going to skip through a little bit to speed things up, but the cutscenes like this I ain't skipping.
Yeah, like hurry up, or hurry on, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of gaming, this is pretty crazy, don't you think? How you've gone, I suppose, on your first playthroughs, maybe like 40 hours at this point, if not more. You know, on your first playthrough, when you're actually, and this is the first time that you've seen Shenhua. she's basically a main character, really, isn't she?
She's like massively integral to the whole story, and you've only just met her. Basically 3/4 through the way, the second game.
Yeah, me and Matt have like, some of the podcasts we've mentioned that she's like, she might even end up being the main character, like above Rio.
She might be more important, and you meet her just now.
Yeah. That's basically just going off the Shenmue Online trailer where she's the one fighting Landy, I guess.
And Stuart, yeah, it still looks good now, even after all this time. Yeah, I know, like you say, it's started up for HD, but, you know.
Yeah, but it's a wonder, isn't it? I mean, even the flashes of light. I mean, that'd be interesting to see. I don't know if Lemon can tell us, like, what's going on with the flashes of light. Is that just a...
I don't know how they've done it, but
causing that?
I don't know, but it's clever, isn't it? It's how they've all shot it. Hey, Eskutan or Kodai name from the forums, man. Hope you're well. Sheep is mad. She was on the Shenmue 1 box and on the crisps. I was so confused when I finished 1 as a kid, and she was barely in it. It was almost when you first met her. This is just me talking. When I first met her in Shenmue 2, there was a little bit of me of going, "Fucking hell, finally!" And then when it finished and all the the cave and everything. Spoilers for anybody who hasn't played this, and we're now just going to ruin everything for everybody. But for the cave, it was like, "Fuck it out." You want to get to know her more?
Really? Yeah, and really, man, when you think about the amount of times that you played through Shenmue 1 and 2, by the time Shenmue 3 came out, she seemed like a major character, if you know what I mean. Not one that you just spent 2 hours with and that's it. Like, she feels integral already, doesn't she, at the end of Shenmue 2? The way that they introduce her. And then, by the time you reach the end of the game, you already kind of know her. It's really good. Obviously, with the 2-hour walk, and we're probably going to get shat on for talking about this, Guilin, because apparently we destroyed Shenmue 3 by going on about Guilin all the time.
No comment.
Whoever said that?
No comment. It's all our fault, James.
Oh, that was in that video, wasn't it? Yeah, that was in. What was in the episodic episode?
Episodic Shenmue 3. Episodic Shenmue 4.
Yes, sorry, yeah. If anyone wants to dig out that and then look in the comments, you'll see what we're on about.
Yeah, we are Shenmue killers, apparently.
Me and Matt specifically.
We've killed the series. Oh dear. No comment. No comment.
Yeah, do you reckon she was going to be utilised more in Niawu? I know we spoke about this. Was it last time we streamed when you were saying, like, maybe she would have had a character's perspective aspect to that, where she's like meeting up with Niao-sun's thingy. And...
It's something, actually, spoiler, I've got a video coming about Niao-sun. I recorded it over the weekend, and I talk a little bit about how actually it would have been cool to see how she manipulated Shenhua. So part of that could have been through character perspective and her walking around Niaowu, etc. I thought it was quite interesting.
Yeah.
I love that.
Forward to that, man.
Apparently I'm Matt the murderer and you're Kill Jim.
Kill Jim. Nice.
Oh dear. Today's
We'd have seen her and Ren up to in Niaowu much more if we had the perspective system.
Yeah, I would agree. Let's talk about Bailu Village quickly. So today's world, Magic Maze now be procedural generated assets and environments. The answer to the question is I don't know. That's where we need Lemon actually in chat. He'd know. But I don't know. I presume so.
Magic Maze now be procedurally generated assets and environments.
When you think of like when they did the rooms in Shenmue 2 as well, whether that's something like very similar.
It's just being created on the fly, isn't it?
Apparently we're going to be on Crime Watch. Excellent. Get my mug shot on there.
Watchdog.
Is TGS supposed to be this month? That's a good question. I don't know when it is.
It is. I think it's the 23rd.
Okay.
Or Sega's stream is the 23rd.
It's in the day, isn't it? It's like 11 o'clock our time. We're obviously not going to be streaming that because I have to be at work. But I will probably watch it in the
it's like 11 o'clock, isn't it?
Yeah, I should be working from home, so I can sort of keep it in my ears, but I can't obviously stream it as I will get sacked.
So TGS is going to take place between September the 21st and September the 24th.
Excellent.
Trying to find the schedule. Sega.
Oh, Sheep, thanks for those game saves, by the way. I haven't downloaded them yet, but will do.
Okay, so it is Thursday, September the 21st at 12 p.m. BST, it says actually.
Oh, is it 12? Well, I can take an early lunch then.
According to this Silicon Era website.
Okay. Hey, Strictly Sega Europe, that is commitment, my friend. On holiday in Greece and still watching. I love it.
Dude. How's the weather out there? Is it as hot as it is in the UK today?
Talk a bit about Bailey
So
Village.
you're enjoying the Greek food? I had some Greek food yesterday, actually. There's a new Greek restaurant that's opened up near me. I had a gyro thing.
Oh, yeah.
Wrap things. Gyros, is it? Something like that. Maybe you're supposed to pronounce it like that.
The Greek restaurant near us shut down.
Did it?
Yeah, it fucking, like, I swear they were like selling drugs out of it. It was never busy. They'd been open for years. But it's shut down now. Food was alright though. Never had a problem with it.
Food's nice, I like it. Esquitten says, a small detail I've always loved was how characters would pivot their head when walking while talking to Ryo. True. Almost so. There was a glitch thing someone posted the other day, didn't they, where like Ryo's head went all the way around.
Oh yeah, it does like the old Exorcist
Like if you
thing.
catch him off, yeah, if you catch him off guard a little bit when you target. But it is cool how that's sort of designed.
It's just like they thought of everything, didn't they?
Hmm.
I mean, yeah, I mean, this was like years ahead. It's like that tweet I commented on yesterday, people going on about Starfield. You can go around the rooms and explore everything. Yeah, Shenmue did that in 1999, mate. You know, it's like, that's how far ahead it was. And now games are only just starting to do that level of detail again. Who wants to take a random guess on how complete Shenmue 4 is in its development? 100% they're going to announce it tomorrow.
TGS. When it's getting announced.
Air Twisters at TGS, by the way.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Cool. I wonder if Yu Suzuki will actually be there for that then.
Possibly.
Because like Gamescom's maybe a little bit too much.
Yeah, it's a long way to go, isn't it? Especially
TGS, I reckon you could.
Not with like, I don't want to make this sound like with the greatest. I don't want to like shit on Air Twister, but like in terms of like where it is in terms of ranking, it's obviously not as big as a Shenmue game, so he probably didn't think it was worth going out there. And it's already had.
I mean, it is his game, but I know what you're saying.
Like, if you're gonna go out for something, you'd go out for Shenmue over it, wouldn't you? I guess. But I will say this for in games over there, they've been really good, like really responsive, really friendly, absolutely fantastic all the way through. Actually, I have nothing but praise for them.
Some good interactions with them so far. Seem like a nice group of people.
You guys still buzzing from Gamescom opening night live?
Yeah, loads of games.
Buzzing so much that I went and watched paint dry.
Did you?
Yeah, it was really good.
What colour?
A nice beige. Which sums up that fucking
Sega
stream.
Europe says 33 Celsius today.
Jesus.
Greece that was. Tiny bit warmer than here. You enjoyed the Outrun Cab at Arcade Club then, James?
Oh, I love that.
Dude, it was amazing. I'm sure it was broken when we went, wasn't it, Matt?
It was. I have played on one. It was broken when we were there, but I have played on one.
So when I was sitting in it, I was like, I didn't do this with you. And honestly, I think it was the first time I've been in a working Outrun Cab.
Really?
It's just...
Wow.
I think so. I'm sure I have. Like, even the one at EGX wasn't working, was it?
I didn't go to EGX last year.
Sheep, can you remember that? I don't think that was working because if it wasn't as good as this one at Arcade Club, because it was like properly, the motion was all there. It was like incredible. Yeah, sheep as well. He's mentioning the little detail of walking upstairs. Actually put feet on each step. That was even produced in Shenmue 3 as well.
It was. Again, games don't do that very much. A Retro Godfather's friend has put in an order for Air Twister to support Yu Suzuki in Shenmue 4. Good man. Definitely. I will echo that. That is exactly the shit that you want.
Everyone should do that, really.
Escotan, in a cynical way, isn't that the way it should be? Essentially, community is free marketing and advertising for them, so why not harness us? Yeah, pretty much. Why not? I'm quite open to anything that ININ or WiseNet want to do. Like, it's quite nice that ININ have sort of spoken to us, spoke to Flag at Gamescom, and were quite complimentary about the coverage that's been put out from our outlets, which is always, yeah, it's nice to hear. It's a bit of an ego boost, but we don't do it for the ego boost. We do it to promote the game. But it's nice to hear that they've been, you know, receptive to it.
That shot, just by the way, that I always loved that shot with the, you know, even with the beetle.
Yeah.
Even though that's probably like the only instance of a beetle in Shenmue.
And they've still done it.
Just adding that on a branch, it just makes you think there's even, like, you know, wildlife and stuff in this game that you don't see, if you know what I mean, because they're showing that one glimpse of one beetle.
Hey Paddy,
I
by
wonder
the
if
way,
that's an actual, is that an actual model?
ooh, should be. Yeah, look, it's an actual proper model, isn't it?
Does it move? Twitch?
Didn't see it twitch, but I must admit I wasn't.
It looks like one, doesn't it?
Someone needs to mod Rio into Air Twister once it's released. Abso-bloody-lutely.
Wait, Paddy, by the way. We're just saying, Paddy, that outrun machine at EGX, it wasn't moving, was it?
How did I find All In? Well, apart from the seats, which eventually got fucking sorted, it was amazing. Like, absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. And it's quite nice to see
What
CM
happened, by the way, Matt? Did they move you?
I can't talk about it yet because it's still under a complaint.
Okay.
But the event was awesome, and yeah, every match was brilliant. And they're doing it again next year, so I'm definitely going next year. Different seats though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm sure it was static, and like I say, I'm pretty sure it's the first time I've been in an actual moving outrun cab.
Just having a look at chat. See the moth flying around Dornier? Yeah, that's brilliant.
Yeah, true.
It's really cool. Love that.
And the cockroach as well. So I suppose there is a few
Yeah.
insects. I took a photo of an Astro Blaster cab.
Yes.
the-
I know what you're gonna say. Yeah.
I was gonna do like a tweet on it, like a did you know sort of tweet. But it's really cool seeing that, because obviously the one in Shenmue, there is one in U Arcade, but it's out of order. Bit of an oddity actually, because it's not even a game that's been made by Yu Suzuki. Blaster.
Do you remember the beta footage of Fireflies and Shenmue early on in Shenmue 3? I do remember that. It's one of the Kickstarter videos. I think in actual fact it's in the video that we did.
Yeah. People were going on about that one because it was the one where it kept zooming into like Shenmue's arse, and it zoomed into her arse about 3 times. You know, unfinished Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. I keep calling it Bomb Funk Cyber Rush. I did actually download it. I pulled the trigger on it.
I haven't played it yet. I need to. I've got fucking so many games I need to fucking play. It's on the list.
It feels exactly like Jet Set Radio Future.
That's good.
And actually, when you get to the base, it's like a base with like a settee. And it honestly, it looks like they've ripped off the one from Jet Set Radio Future as well. To be honest, it's just a perfect square ring that you go around, and then there's like a slightly bit raised in the middle, right? As soon as I saw it, I was like, this looks exactly like Jet Set Radio Future. It is amazing that they got away with what they've done, I think.
Let's have a quick look through chat. So, should you say you watched a review of Shenmue from Sentinel, and they on YouTube, new fan, played it in 2018. What do they think of it? Paddy, different seats. Yeah. We were thinking of going floor seats. The only thing with floor seats is I find that if you're a couple of rows back, you can't see jack shit because everyone stands up, and then you have to stand up. So that's why we went into the stands. But we'll see.
Welcome in, Renners, by the way.
Hey, Renners, man.
Nice to see you, man. And Sean, you too, man. Are the controls better than Jet Set Radio? Did you ever play Future, Vivi?
I didn't mind the controls for Jet Set, actually. I
the
thought they were
original?
okay.
Yeah, I didn't mind them either. But maybe the first one is a little bit stiffer than Future. More like silky like Future.
The title was, despite everything, I love Shenmue. Okay, it's a bit of a backhanded compliment, but we'll take it.
What was that? Sorry?
A video review.
Oh.
Have I played the AEW Fight Forever game? Yes, I didn't mind it. I thought it was quite good. If they do another one, I have a feeling it will be equivalent to WWE No Mercy, or WWF No Mercy on the N64, and that WrestleMania 2000 was a good basis to build from for No Mercy. I think Fight Forever is a good basis for a second game if they do one.
Hey Joe, by the way.
Hey Joe, man. How you doing? Good to see you in.
See ya. See you, nice. Just finished Shenmue 3 for the first time on the PS5. Started a new game plus immediately after. Loved the game more than ever. Nice to hear, Retro.
I might be playing it on PS5 actually for stream.
Oh mate, that would be cool actually. It's loading. Did you say you were doing it like a new game plus?
Yeah,
style?
And because I lost all my fucking saves when I changed PC and didn't back them up, I need to I need to sort that out basically. And if it means I'm playing on the PS5, I just can't be bloody arsed to set my capture card up. I'm just lazy, quite frankly.
Man, you're always so well organised.
Fucking don't feel like it.
Yes, the soundtrack of Jet Set Radio Future, one of my personal favourites, to be honest. Hippo, Trish.
Yeah.
So far, the soundtrack in Bomb Rush isn't that good so far, but I've not really had any like proper music yet. It's just been like one that sounds like a car alarm going off.
While that's going on,
Like, I'm literally about 20 minutes in.
Certified Scott, are either us in Shenmue 3? We are in the safe Shenmue building. You can find both of our mugshots in there. The mugshots are going to end up on Crime Watch very soon because we killed Shenmue. And Joe
It's quite good actually. Sorry man, I was just going to say it's quite good finding our pictures because I think I'm like, as you go through and turn left instantly, I'm like the top left.
Yeah.
And I think Matt's like at the back of the room, bottom left or something, right? Aren't
Something
you?
like that, yeah.
So you could find us quite easily.
And Joe Kitchen, who's in chat, his NPC is in the game, and he has a noodle stand.
everything, can't he?
Yeah. Bastard. No, I'm joking.
He's integral to the game, actually, when you think about it. he's a main character. I'd like to know, like, how they went about designing that stuff, because, like, I literally bump into Joe playing through Niawu, like, literally every time you run anywhere, you bump into him, don't you?
Yeah, he's always wandering about.
I feel like the other backers, unless it's just because I don't know what they look like, but I feel like you never see them.
God, it's fucking warm in here. Immortalized through software, yeah, exactly.
So you were on about the first Jet Set Radio on the Dreamcast 50, okay. Yeah, I think you'll think it's improved then if you played it. Definitely. If you never played Future.
Let's talk about. I'm going to choose one thing to talk about in these little chats here. So we get some of them, but not all of them, because I'm just aware that I want to press through the game.
Welcome in, by the way, certified Scott.
Yes, sorry, I didn't welcome you in. Bloody rude of me. That'll be added to the list of things that I've killed today.
The chat. It's so cool to see the chat by the fireside in the original Project Berkeley video. Finally seeing it come to fruition in the game's. You see it in the Project Berkeley video?
I couldn't tell you. I'd have to watch it again.
Maybe in the full length thing where they show bits of gameplay. I don't think it's in the blocky bit, right?
No.
Pre-rendered video.
Let's go away from that one. Oh. Can you quit? Oh no, you can't. There you are. I have to go through the conversations. That's fine.
Interesting. Why have they got the button there then?
I don't know, you know. I didn't know that. I have just skipped it, but...
What was that video that Blue Moo did in here, where if you don't collect the firewood, there's a cutscene, right, or something?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Where she's like, Shenmue's pissed at Rio, I think, for not collecting any firewood.
Do you like they thought that through? And like, it's like she's gonna get angry at him.
There always is, isn't there? No matter what, there's always like an answer. Like those Fukusan scenes, like if you're really thick, you can't find out how to get the mirror out of the basement. Fukusan comes down and starts pointing things out to you. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, Escort, and tomorrow from 8 PM, music show special. We'll be premiering it like we typically do with podcasts, so if you knock it about tomorrow night, come join us in the chat.
It's a bit shorter than usual.
Yeah, it's quick in and out. But it just means that we'll probably be doing another show sooner. It was kind of more of a stopgap, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Planned it as a bit of a stopgap between this and part 2 updates, Kickstarter updates.
Hey, Johnny Fraser 88, man. Good to see you in. Long time no see. Hope you're doing well.
I like that one from Renners. It is bad if Fukusan has to point stuff out for you.
I do like these conversations. I know I'm skipping through them a little bit, but I do like them.
Yo, Johnny Fraser, by the way. Yeah. Shenmue Gold, innit, this?
There we are.
It's why we killed Shenmue 3, isn't it? Because Yu Suzuki spent loads of time getting conversations with Shenmue in the game than he did actually working on the story, I think.
It's all our fault. Anyone else think Fukusan will sacrifice himself in the future game to save Rio? Well, if he does, I'm not bothered.
Do you think we'll ever see him again? Maybe just like welcoming Rio home.
Maybe.
Imagine like a side game, Fukusan side game.
Sun's come up with a controversial take here. Guilin better than Kowloon.
I would agree. Actually, no, some really good stuff happens in Kowloon, but there's also a lot of annoying things I find in Kowloon. You've got the Yuan tailing, which I don't particularly like, just because it's so seems to take ages, and if you get caught, you've got to do like pretty much the whole sequence again, in a way. And then you've got the ghost hall building planks, which are annoying.
Yeah, they are annoying.
I think it's good until you've played through Shenmue 2 like 50 times.
Right, I'm not skipping this cutscene because I like it.
Not even controversial, just facts. This is probably my favourite cutscene.
Hey Basim, hope you're doing well.
Look how good that waterfall looks from here, though, do you know what I mean? It looks better than water you see in games today, in my opinion. Like, it probably wouldn't do if you were like right up close to it, but because of the distance, the texture looks really, really good.
I just think that the time, for the time as well, it looked utterly insane.
Even though if games do this kind of cinematography these days still, like maybe games like Spider-Man that have had that $100 million budget, where they've got these insane chase sequences and cinematics, but this, it's very much movie-esque, isn't it?
It is.
Pan. Then with the bird. To be running on a Dreamcast as well is pretty...
Oh, I know. I mean, the Dreamcast did sound like it was about to explode, but that's all part of the fun. You hear it whirring away in the background.
They did that on purpose, so you had to keep buying Dreamcasts. To be fair, this is what companies do these days, in my opinion. You know, like how they keep saying like the Switch and all this sort of stuff is the best-selling console. But then, you know, people keep buying them for like, oh, they come out with like the light version, or
the
Joy-Cons have got drift or something, and oh, now they're on offer. Now there's like a Zelda themed one. Now there's one that's got Splatoon on. They keep making sales of the same console, don't they? Whereas like you talking about sales of the Dreamcast was like one and done. Saturn, one and done. Mega Drive, you know, I've still got my original Mega Drive from when I was like 4.
I've got my original
It
Saturn
still
as
works.
well.
Whereas like your Xbox 360, how many of them have you bought in your life? Because of the Red Ring of Deaths, I think I probably bought about 3. So all of the sales have been like times by 3.
Excuse me.
In controllers, you know, when they said, I think the Elite controller or something, the PlayStation 5 Elite controller, whatever it's called, the Dual Sense Edge.
Oh yeah.
Sold quite well or something. But it's only because everyone wants a decent controller that doesn't get thumbstick drift.
I've never had drift out of my PS5 ones. My PS4,
No, my PS5
I had
one's
drift
actually
out.
good.
I had drift out of 2 of them.
Xbox controllers I've got through, mate. Must have got through about 6 Xbox One controllers.
Really?
I think they were made of glass inside. If you dropped them.
Yeah, I did. Xbox 360s were. My brother had a 360 Elite, and that's still going now. Actually, I don't know how the fuck it is, but it's still going. The timing window, QTs and Shenmue 3 broken. I think the timing windows were fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. I don't know if it's just because of like multiple playthroughs, but I feel like on PC they're very easy to get, and even on PS5 actually. I'm wondering if there was like a bit of a delay, because I originally played it on the PS4 and the timings were like mental. But on PS5, maybe because it's snappier, there's less input delay, perhaps.
I don't know. I also think part of it's because I know what the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah, it could
I
be
also
that.
think
you know when to expect
there's
one.
a small part of it that I'm going to say that I'm old as fuck and my reactions have gone.
Don't like to admit it, really, do you? But I think there is a part of that.
Yeah, I think there's probably a very...
Like to be able to beat, for example, being able to beat Sonic 2 when you're like 8. And now I struggle with it.
Oh, mate, like now, I don't know how the fuck I got all the 7 emeralds as a kid.
No, I don't. Those special stages, I have to redo them over and over and over. Yeah.
Like to do
Sonic
that...
3 ones in particular, you know, the blue sphere ones. Doing them for Hypersonic, honestly, there was a couple that I must have spent about 30 retries just to work out the pattern. I don't know how you're supposed to work out the pattern as a kid.
I think at the end of the day, people need to sit there and like write it down or like try and memorize it.
You couldn't just YouTube it or Google it back then, as either.
That was fucking awful. It took me ages to get to that point.
It's weird, the timing window doesn't scale with difficulty. I think the only things that actually scale with difficulty are the cost of the scroll things, right? I'm sure that's increased.
I think that stays the same, but the odds
on all difficulties.
Yeah, but the odds of you winning change in the economy on the difficulty scale. So if it's on the hardest, it's quite harsh. The fighting is scaled differently.
Fighting is definitely harder. You definitely need to train, don't you?
Well, if you play it on basic mode, like the basic story mode, I haven't tried it, but I imagine you don't need to train very much, if at all, to get through it.
Oh, he meant by broken, he meant that the input delay fails most of the time. It's definitely on the chickens, wasn't there? There was like a definite slight delay.
Yeah.
Like you can hear the timing still continue after you press the button.
Yeah, it was...
Briefly. What was that S-cut and you disagree, Jim? Was that about the timings on the PlayStation 5?
Well, if I end up playing it on PS5 from October onwards, we'll have a look.
So while you do,
I do need to get cracking again with the scene captures. I've got 2 weeks off in October, so I might dedicate a couple of days to it then.
Oh, that's a good idea, man.
And just sort of sit there and work through it.
Got one saying either it's easy on PS5 or I played it so many times I'm used to it. I think that is probably more that you're used to it now. Just feels like you've got the timings are better. I'm not sure.
If I've just seen Sun's comment now, if I play it on PC, the intention is to play it with the classic camera mod for sure that Lemon put together.
Shame that in 2023 we're still having these stick drift issues. Honestly, it's because I think someone said in like a video I was watching that they were all using the exact same parts, aren't they? These cheap parts inside the controllers. I know. Did Nintendo get sued over it or something?
I'm sure there was a court case, but I also have a feeling that court case didn't go anywhere. Like they got chucked out.
The thing is, though, if they can keep getting away with it, they're gonna make more controller sales, aren't they?
They're starting to make more pads. You can just replace a thumbstick if it breaks. I know Microsoft have just started doing that. They've like started giving people replacement parts. Because I want to get a couple of replacement buttons on my controller because they're a bit worn.
I know, like the A button.
Most
of my controllers ends up getting like
battered,
lower and lower and lower into the pad. Isn't much like springiness in it.
I think I've gone the wrong way. You have gone the wrong way.
Esquitton says, I get a sick satisfaction watching Peter's original Shenmue 3 playthrough on the dojo and watching him failing the majority of the QTs. He did.
Yeah.
he went mental on them. Some of them, didn't he? Was like really, really angry at. Which I think we all were on that first playthrough.
Yeah. I think Nathan broke a controller over it.
Did he?
I'm sure he said that.
It does make you wonder, like, the reasoning behind it. Was it just because they wanted you to see that there was like all these alternative cutscenes that they created, or was it just a mistake to make it so short?
That's what we're gonna go. That's what we're gonna go with. They did it deliberately because of that.
Yeah. It's the only excuse I can give them.
Just buy the proper Nintendo controller.
You wanted to see these crazy funny scenes.
I've got the proper Nintendo controller for the Switch, actually. I bought one when I got my Switch, and I will say it's a nice controller. Yeah, it's a nice controller.
Yeah. See, I bought the Pro controller, but then I was also seeing reviews and stuff online saying that they fixed something with that, with like the Xeno Crisis controller or something had like an improved D-pad or something. So even like the best controller's still not the best.
I was playing the Turtles DLC for Shredder's Revenge, actually, when that came out. That's good for £6 if you already got that game.
DLC?
Yeah, it's got a survival mode, which is fucking hard, actually.
Yeah. Literally, the only thing I've played in the last month, or maybe even 2 months, is the Ghostwire DLC, which I just made a little bit of time for the other night, and that's really good.
Ghostwire's a good game. I enjoyed it.
If anyone's played and enjoyed Ghostwire and hasn't played the DLC yet, there's like a series of quests in a school they've added, and it's like really spooky. And PGA Tour, mate, Paddy, yeah. I was legit falling asleep though then. We were playing it, I think it was about 1 AM, PGA Tour, and Paddy must have been wondering why I was like taking so long with my like half asleep. What else? Oh, we were playing a lot of FIFA, to be fair, as well.
Oh, bloody hell, I haven't played FIFA in years.
We should make a bit like a dojo team. That might be quite fun, because you can do the pro clubs mode.
Yeah,
like dojo. Maybe in the next one, the new one, start up a bit of a pro club. Call it like Dojo Ads or something. Trying to think of the most.
Hey, James Rayner, man. Hope you're good.
Hey up, James Rayner. You're right, man. Dojo Pro Clubs.
I'll buy
that. Would be sick, wouldn't it?
That FC Club, whatever they call it, for that. But we all need to buy on the same platform, don't we?
PS5 will do, yeah.
I'll say PS5 is probably the way to go. Sleeping Dogs is a damn good game, actually. Seeing people talk about
Sleeping Dogs,
that.
I really enjoyed, yeah.
I really enjoyed that. Sleeping Dogs, oh yeah. So much so he even had like a little leather jacket, didn't he, the main guy? I think he did, yeah. That was PS3, wasn't it? And then they redid it for PS4.
Mhm.
They redid it.
Then it says I will be your FIFA Pro player. That's the rest of it.
Oh god, I'd be terrible at FIFA now. I haven't played it for ages. Oh, we're not going that way because that's the same way.
It's one of those games that once you start playing it again, you just get straight back into it, don't you?
I got a friend,
and it helps that they literally haven't changed the game in about 20 years.
I've got a friend who buys it every year, and he keeps saying it's like exactly the same as it's always been. I was like, okay, that's good, sort of.
True crime. James Rayner's just mentioned there. I mean, you're saying that Sleeping Dogs was meant to originally be True Crime 3.
LA, yeah, it was, wasn't it?
What was the first one? Was that LA?
Yeah, was it Streets of LA? Take it easy, man, by the way. Escatan, have a good one. Enjoy your Labour Day.
See you later, dude. See you later, man. Yeah, the first one I loved, like handcuffing people and stuff. Because it was like GTA, but you're the good guy.
Yeah. Sort of. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Oh, Retro's playing Ghostwire.
Ah, good stuff.
Where you leave the open world and continue on a learning path. Oh, right. So yeah, you're getting that warning message that if you continue, you're stuck in the story.
Ah, yeah.
It's not too bad actually, Retro, because if you complete the game, it takes you back before that final story stuff. So it's kind of like a new game plus, but not a new game plus. It's like the end of the game plus. If you get the DLC, you can try all that stuff out.
Ghostwire Tokyo Runners. Give it a Google. It's well worth playing.
Got it to hand, and
I've got it.
yeah. If you like your Japan sim type games, it's probably done the best recreation of like a Tokyo sort of looking game in recent years.
I got it for Christmas. This last Christmas just gone.
Oh yeah, you did, didn't you? Yeah. You nailed it, to be honest, as well. I remember you doing it in like a week or something.
Something like that. I had the week off after Christmas, so I just sat playing it.
Yeah.
Good game.
I actually got to hand the signed Sacred Spot guide there. You, I don't know if I've got the link to hand, but if you want a chance to win that, there's a post signed. We got that signed at the anime, whatever it was called, Anime Con in London a couple of weeks back. Yeah. I think, is that it? One.
ちょっと遠回りになるけど、この先に綺麗な花がいっぱいの場所がある。花？うん。行ってみる？りょう。
Kids are back at school this week, Matt.
Oh, fucking tell me about
Everyone's
it.
got kids in the chat here.
Wow.
Looking forward to your kid getting back.
My email traffic at work has like doubled already, and it'll double again tomorrow when they're all back properly. And the fact that half our schools are falling down, you know.
Yeah. Oh, I've heard that.
I exaggerate a little bit. It's not quite that bad. We've got a couple of schools, but
on the radio they made it seem like every school.
The problem is
going to cave in on your kids.
The problem is a lot of schools have been built very cheaply for a long time. So most schools will have some sort of that material somewhere in it. It's just how dangerous it may or may not be. No, I don't have kids, Paddy. No, I work in education. I've done for a long time. Not as a teacher, though. I work for a local authority. I'm an area manager, or currently an area manager. We'll see how long that lasts. For the casework, SEN casework team.
Top dog.
Fucking keeps me busy. Jesus.
Peter Wilson can't wait for it to start.
Yeah, the 150, they'll end up having to knock buildings down and rebuild them, basically.
What? 150 schools?
Yeah.
Why are they all in such bad states?
They were just built with shit material and haven't been essentially fixed. And that's like multiple government failings as well, like for years. Although
I was going to say, like, what is it about this year? Is it like, this is the year where roofs fall in and they were all built at the same time?
I don't bloody know.
Is it just another thing to moan about? But I was going to say, Renners, I think you should still give it a try, because I thought that, to be honest, when I was watching the combat and stuff, I was put off by it. But then because it was actually Ezra, he was praising it so much, I gave it a go, and once you're actually playing the combat, it feels really quite good actually. Nice and fluid, and it's not so much about the combat actually. The main thing is just traversing the environment. Really nicely created.
Yeah, hard work, Stuart, I can tell you that much.
Do you reckon you can find the kissing scene, Matt?
Have I gone too far?
I don't know, you have to go a specific path, don't you?
I don't know, because I haven't really been paying attention to it.
I don't think it's quite yet, to be fair. I think it's around about the, you know, just before you get to the bit where it says, do you want to go see the waterfalls?
$10 says Ren makes a move on Shenhua and Shenmue 4. I think Shenhua would end him. Just end him there and then. Game over.
You may also need to talk to Shenhua. Is there a bit of a character affinity thing going on?
I don't know.
Get that kiss scene.
I really should know. That's another thing I've killed. The list is getting quite long. I'm going to end up in prison.
Tell us how this works, guys. How can a spring change colour?
Someone shits in it.
An old man just pissing in it further upstream. Colour changing. It's gone yellow again.
Still aiming to complete the third game this year. Yes, I am indeed. I made the promise at the start of the year that I would play Shenmue 1 to 3 back to back on stream, and I have every intention of finishing it. But it will be a new game plus.
3 months to go?
It's doable.
You can do it, can't you? Definitely. We'll do some special streams as well.
Well, then I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do next year. Just do it again.
Maybe so. We can try like specific things, can't we? Maybe you can do a speed run. That was one of the ideas.
Yeah, I'd have to practice. I've never tried to do a speed run. I just remember seeing Peter's speed runs from back in the day, and like some of the like anger that ensued, and I don't know if that's going to be a good idea for me. Resident Evil 2 is Shenmue characters. Now, I think you suggested that before, in fairness.
Yeah.
But do you know what? I haven't actually played Resident Evil 2, the remake, at all. All 3.
That might be quite fun to like do like loads and loads of mods. Have a playthrough with like loads of mods on. I know, I think you did have the stream with 2K textures on, didn't you?
Yeah, for one I did. I've actually somewhere got some textures that streamer did for Shenmue 2. So that might be worth doing at some point. Do a Sonic Racing stream. Yeah, I've got that. Yeah, hopefully Shenmue 4 next year, so I won't need to worry about it. That would be nice.
Still need to do a forklift racer stream.
We do. I keep fucking forgetting. But yeah, we do need to do that. Play some multiplayer on there, see how bad I suck at that. I was testing a mode on it last night, actually.
This is the start of it, right? So Rio sees her picking herbs, and now, in a moment, if you pick the right path, anyone know which path to take, guys? I feel like it might be quite random, Matt, like if you just go like left here.
I mean, at some points anyway, you blocked off. So I think like here, I think I'm blocked off, so I have to go left.
Go back.
Yeah.
There is like a weird split where it does actually work.
What do you think of these people who said Shenmue 1 and 2 aged terribly? It's difficult because I do think some of it in terms of control scheme I can understand, but in terms of the cinematics, the combat, I would argue it's just as good as it was. Yes, we will be doing an Air Twister stream for sure. That
could just be like some sort of a a bias with the controls, but I don't think the controls are bad at all. Like I don't feel like I'm playing tank controls when I'm playing Shenmue.
I mean, I play the. It's intuitive now, isn't it? For us.
Yeah. Maybe for like a person that's never played them before, it might feel very stiff and awkward.
I'm gonna save it just in case anything happens.
Shenmue 1 and 2 movie watch along. There isn't particularly a Shenmue 2 movie, but I have actually got some bootleggy DVDs that's essentially a Shenmue 2 movie. It's like about 6 hours. 6-hour film.
Hashtag Shenmue 2024. Oh no, we'll go that way.
We do need to do some like really cool streams. Maybe could even turn it into like a podcast show. Like we watch the can't even think what it is, the Suzuki Postmortem
GDC
talks, because there's a couple of them actually. There's like one from I don't know, is it like 2000?
You got 2014 and there's one, I'm sure there's one earlier than that as well.
Yeah. I was going to say 2013, but would he have done one the year before?
He did something in France, didn't he? I can't remember what it was. It was the precursor to Magic Monaco, before Magic Monaco existed.
I think this might not be the correct path now. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
How about a
stream? Shenmue 1, 2, 3 online and anime trailers? Yeah, could do. Get like a playlist of like every single one.
We should have most of them already.
I reckon so.
Might get a couple of copyright strikes for that.
True. Same people who say Shenmue aged badly praise early GTA 3D games.
Yeah.
True. I think it's like, it probably is a case of like them never ever playing Shenmue before, and then it's like the first experience with Shenmue, and it probably does feel a bit stiff control wise.
Yeah, and I can understand it, and I think like the voice acting in the English gets a bit of criticism in terms of the age of it, but I wouldn't say they've aged terribly. They have aged, you can tell they've aged terribly in terms of the way the game, not terribly, but you can tell like they have aged. But like the look of the games, even now, they look really good, and the level of detail is insane.
Like you wouldn't say they've aged 25 years, would you?
No.
It's and graphically it looks kind of like a Xbox 360 game. You know what I mean? On those levels.
And Sun's just made a good point actually. Imagine Resident Evil 1 controls on the PlayStation or Sega Saturn, and then come back to us.
Mm-hmm.
Because they were fucking horrendous. Oh, Tomb Raider, yeah, that was really hard as well. Oh shit. Modern gamers are whiny sods. Well, there is that as well.
Yeah, it's slating an 8 out of 10 Starfield.
Fucking ridiculous. A game 8 out of 10. Nearer a 9 out of 10, may I add, in terms of Metacritic. And people are crying about it, going, ah, it's not very good. But then in some gamers' currency, a 7's not very good.
Well, nearly every 7 these days gets slated, doesn't it? God forbid you have a game below a 7.
Oh god, no. Have a game below a 7, it's fucking trash pile. Hey, Joss10, welcome in.
Good point, Rhino.
Stuart, that is a good point actually. The thing I'm most sick of.
It's like a life or death jump.
Yeah, and the kids ain't doing it. The thing I'm most sick of is people moaning about frame rates. I am as well, because people need to understand hardware limitations. But there you are. But you just get.
Shen says true, or they played the first game for a few minutes and dropped it. There's a small entrance barrier in the first game. It takes time to fully capture the player's heart. Most of them don't understand that they can practice Ryo's fighting moves and evolve them in the free time while waiting for events. Most of them get destroyed by Chai in the arcade because they didn't practice. And also, most of them don't even realise that they can lock on to items I said it before, I've watched streamers play Shenmue for the first time. They go straight out of Rio's room, straight out the house. You know, they take about an hour or two before they even realise there's an L left trigger button that zooms in on stuff. Saying people don't experiment anymore unless they're getting told what to do by a tutorial. People don't press buttons, just explore their environments.
So you hear my dog. I also think Shenmue 1 doesn't lend itself to people very well because it is very slowly paced. If like people pick up Shenmue 2 and play that for the first time over 1, I do think it captures people more.
I could see that, to be fair.
That's the thing as well. Games back when we were growing up, you had to explore. You didn't have a choice. Whereas now, they all have full of tutorials that tell you what to do, where to go, how to spend your time.
Yeah. To be fair, Shenmue has tutorials, but you don't realise that you have to press start. I was in a streamer's Twitch channel once, and she was like very, very particular about people spoiling the game and stuff, or giving her hints. And she kept like messing up on things, not knowing what to do. You know, like when you're trying to learn a move and you don't know what buttons to press. So I literally just said, if you press start, it even says bottom right of the screen, is like the little icon for start, help underneath. But she wasn't seeing it, and I said, press start and it'll give you basically a bit of a tutorial, and she had a go at me. Because I was like, giving her a hint.
Oh, she needs to get off her high horse. I'm all for like not giving story spoilers. That's fair enough.
She was complaining that the game should present that information to her.
No, because it's from 1999 and people use their brains and worked it out. And also, there's a big start icon on the bottom right of the screen.
Bottom right of the screen. She's obviously trying to gain a good following there. Spoiling. That's the thing, I don't want to spoil the game. I was literally just trying to help by telling them how to use the help button.
Mansplaining a button. Fucking hell.
Mansplaining.
Oh dear.
I think Scribe was in that stream when I was saying that. Scribe was like talking to me about it as well, like very tense. She actually really enjoyed Shenmue 1, but she didn't enjoy Shenmue 2 by the end of it because of the money barriers, I think.
I can get that.
Saw someone who couldn't figure out how to run. It's mental, isn't it? Like, the first thing I do when I play a game is literally press all the buttons and just see. Like, I don't really need a tutorial.
No, you just work it out, don't you? And then, like...
Work it out. Stu says, I had a dumb moment the first time I played Shenmue 1. I kept knocking on Yumagishi's door because I didn't realise he was out in the garden around the side. It's quite a dumb moment, Stu. Give you that one. James says, my only Shenmue annoyance was that I couldn't beat the drive to the harbour when I played it. It was like 10. To be fair, I think they increased the time it takes to get there in the remasters. I'm sure they did, because it's like so much easier now. I remember like having about 20 tries to get to that, you know, where you get to the tunnel, and then, you know, you're almost there. In the remasters, I can get there with about 20 seconds to spare, I think, even. Let's get Shenmue 4 runners. easy now, but they gave the guards outside warehouse 8 some supervision or something. What do you think? Do you think the guards are a bit more detecting? You trying to break in? I've got it down to a T now. I know as soon as the first guard turns to the right, you could literally just run straight there.
Yeah, you can sprint through, can't you?
That's another little detail as well, actually. If you keep screwing up, the homeless man gives you a map, doesn't he? And then if you keep screwing up even more, he writes on the warehouse numbers on the map. I think it's like 3 times he talks to him. Because the first time he says there's less guards or something after 9 o'clock. So I think then Rio starts going at 9 rather than 7.
It's very clever
And
how
the
they
second
do
time
that.
he gives a map. Yeah. And then the third time he writes on the map.
Because games now be like,
Maybe.
have an easy mode. Whereas the game back then naturally goes, here you go, here you go, here you go. It's very well done
It's
within the game.
easy.
Doesn't break the fourth wall.
Exactly. It's done it probably the best way. So it's like, it's easy for the people who know what to do or understand what they're doing. But the people that are struggling, after about 3 failures, it makes it easy naturally. Which is why I prefer Shenmue 1 and 2's method of difficulty over Shenmue 3. I didn't like that it gave you an option like story, easy, hard, or whatever. I like that in Shenmue, the difficulty is the difficulty. So when you're in a fight, the fight is hard because the fight's meant to be hard. In Shenmue 3, the fight's hard because, oh, you didn't train enough, you didn't know that you needed to train before this fight, so you lose it, and then you train, and then you go back later. Or you've trained too much, and the fight's crazy easy. There we go, guys. Bloody hell, Mike, you're here already.
We're at about an hour and a half in. I've gone quite quick.
Oh, buddy. Yeah, you've done well.
I'm going to have to start playing Shenmue 3. Fuck. Hadn't planned on that.
The other idea I was thinking, like, after you finish Shenmue 3, we could, like, next year or whatever, we could actually explore the games more and try and get these hidden cutscenes and stuff that we've just been talking about. Quite fun.
Yeah, the last arena fights in Shenmue 3 are really hard on hard difficulty, so I haven't even tried them on Nightmare.
James says, doesn't he also just walk you there if you keep screwing up?
I don't
Not sure
know.
about that.
Good question.
Interesting. Don't know. His last couple of arena fights in Shenmue were so difficult.
The Shenmue 3, they are hard. Yeah.
The Niaoui ones?
Yeah, so like Gold Dragon or whatever he's called.
Yeah. I assume especially on that hard mode.
I do agree, Retro, this area in Shenmue 3, I know the house is slightly different, but this area is so well presented in Shenmue 3.
Can't grumble. Apart from the extra room, of course.
Just kick them out of the arena and cheese it.
Job. Ring out.
Oh, the Rose Garden.
That can be difficult too. Unless you've got like plenty of snake power.
Yeah.
Son. Maybe we just go and get his bao bun first, whatever it's called. Wine and buns.
What I will do, actually, speaking of streams, is once I've played through Shenmue 3, I might do some Battle Rally.
A good idea.
I haven't done it for a long time. I was hoping if I've done it, if I can get a new game plus on my PC. I haven't played Battle Rally on PC, so it'd be quite cool to sort of go through it.
Has anyone ever beating it with Chobu-chan. I feel like it's impossible because of how slow he is.
He's fucking slow. Battle Rally's good. I'm gonna shut my door up slightly. 2 seconds.
Also got a new Let's Play from Titch coming on, what day is it today? Monday. Wednesday will be the next episode of Titch's playthrough of Shenmue 3, so if you wanted some more Niawu style content, that's going to be coming on Wednesday. We've got quite a busy week planned actually, haven't we, Mark?
It is lots of content this week. Christ.
I have put myself down for a bloody law stream on Friday, but trying pick myself up for that.
Rhino never did any DLC. What order should he do them in? I mean, the story DLC you can do whenever you like. I did Battle Rally first, and then story DLC, then the boat one, just because of when they came out.
Yeah, it wasn't that order, wasn't it? Yeah.
My fucking dog's going mental outside. What he's going mental at?
Yeah, I think if you play through Shenmue 3 again in the future, Rhino, and you've got the DLC installed, I think you should just do them naturally. So like the hotel boat thing, casino boat thing, just appears I think the next day, right? So after you arrive in Yawu, obviously you've come on your boat, so your boat's there. But then the next day it's replaced by this big casino boat, which is a bit daft, but probably is, like Renna say, a bit of a waste of time. But I think you should experience it once. There's like 2 quests in there. They're quite silly, but nice to see. And then, like I say, just naturally do the story DLC with Zhang.
Yeah.
Because that keeps happening throughout your progress through Niawu.
Here's an interesting question. Who's your fave new Shenmue 3 character? I like Grandmaster Sun. I thought he was hilarious. The pisshead.
Good question, that. I think I'd probably say Neo-san. Just because, like, it's that big character that we've been waiting to see for all this time, and like now she's actually been introduced into the series, and I can't wait to see what else we're going to get from her. Big character. I'd love to say some of the like Master Bay or Shillin, but you don't see them enough. You don't speak to them enough to. Shame. I like finishing the Niaru arena before you have to do there in the story, because the guy acts like he doesn't know you. That's because you have to beat someone, don't you? Towards the end of the Niaru story, you have to beat like White Tiger or something, or White Dragon, don't you?
Yeah.
Master Bay. Yeah, I think that's what you mean, James. Apologies if I've got confused what you were saying there. Just going through the chat. Sorry guys, catching up.
Yang Lan, I like Yang Lan. Shame about his voice actor, as Rain has said.
That's true. But yeah, right, you can't miss it, mate. No, you literally, as you come out of the hotel, as you're passing, you probably accidentally trigger the cutscene for the story DLC.
I think you pretty much.
The boat, you can't miss the boat, mate.
Yeah, you can't miss the boat. In the story DLC, I think pretty much when you leave the hotel on the 2nd or 3rd day, it triggers it.
And then, as you complete each section of that story, you just have to go back to the table where it started from. So if you see that like, someone's sitting at a table, that means that the next part of the quest is available. I like the hotel lady, actually. Again, I wish there was a bit more with her.
It did seem like they were going that way, didn't it?
Big side character, yeah. But then she doesn't really say anything. Like I think Yu Suzuki said it was his favorite character, like the new favorite character, wasn't it? I'd like quite a lot to say about her, but then apart from the first cutscene, the side quest, and the last cutscene, she's literally not there at all.
I do like how Rio's in his shoes here, but in Shenmue 3 he takes his shoes off. I will be doing
that was an oversight.
Possibly. I will be doing the little cutscenes here because I quite like them. She just forces you to go out and cut wood if you can't pay for the room. Yeah, that's quite funny. Yang Lang's voice actor, Brad Venables, I want to say.
Yeah, you're right there, man. Yeah, you're right. I think, and I might be wrong on this, but the true green Kenobi outfit, I feel like is only available from the ship, right? Or can you buy it from a prize exchange? I just feel like that the correct colour of green was something that you win from the big wheel on the boat.
Excuse me.
I might be wrong on that. And it says there was no new characters that stand out like the Shenmue 1, Goro, Tom, etc. and Shenmue 2, Ren, Jui, Wong, etc. Yeah, she does just bleat on about phone cards. She's just wearing socks, yeah, and Shenmue 3 is. There is like these books with Shenmue 4 on the spines.
I think they removed some of it for story purposes. I think they've had to repurpose things.
Do you? It's a shame. Like we've said it before, but I'm a big stickler for like continuity, so not being able to go in Shenhua's room, having an extra room suddenly appear on the house, the wall scrolls changed, she's got like a microwave and an oven and fridge all of a sudden.
Generator outside.
Yeah. Because Shenhua's house here is perfect, isn't it? Like, this is like what you would expect in a rural village.
And I think
she does everything herself, cooking herself. She doesn't need a fridge.
I think we'd have got something more like this had it come out on Dreamcast, or even a Dreamcast successor or Xbox at the time.
They'd have just reused this building, wouldn't they? Surely. Still don't get some of those changes, but
I'd love a post-mortem for it. It's Mr. G who does the animal moves. Or Mr. Muscles, as everybody refers to him as.
Has he still got his shoes in the Dreamcast version? It's not like a remaster.
I don't
oversight,
know. I would assume so, but I don't categorically know.
I think it's because there's no cutscene. You just walk up there, don't you? Stuff.
Yeah, I might have battered through these games, but I'm not missing this sort of stuff.
Like the Lu Wang stuff.
Yeah.
I still think it's going to happen. I just don't think it's going to be called Lu Wang anymore.
No, it's going to be called something else, I reckon. See, look, he's still got his shoes on, see?
Baishin.
In 2.
It could be Baishin.
But in 3, he takes his shoes off.
昔から持ってるの。この場所は洛陽よ。洛陽。唐の時代に栄えた古い都。
Baisha's long gone. I think you're probably right, son. I don't think it's coming back. I think it's done. One and done. Well, none and done.
Shame. Shame. It's just weird how like Yu Suzuki's spoken so highly of it and stuff like that. You've seen him in photographs outside the Toulouse like twice. He did it back in the day, and he did it again for Shenmue 3's development.
I think that's it. Let's go in here. Let's kick shit off.
If you didn't see it, by the way, guys, James Rayner did a pretty cool video recently. Try and link that for you, James. On. I was trying to think if it was about then. It was Eileen, isn't it?
Stuart, I agree. I think Guilin coming on here, I would agree, was like a final, right, let's go out all guns blazing job, knowing full well that they might struggle to get a third game for whatever reason. Obviously it came out on Xbox since, and it's something that I actually cut. I've got a video pre-recorded, I need to finish editing it, where I look at something around Shenmue and the sales and going over to Xbox and things. It's not due out till October, I don't think.
It's nice to get Shenmue content into it. I know, like, for me, it's nice. I know it's uploaded to the dojo and stuff, but like you're making it, Matt, so it's like content for me to watch, and it's like it's cool that we're still getting some Shenmue content from people. Yourself, James Rayner.
I just chat shit.
Do videos and shit.
I chat shit. That's what I do. And people seem to watch it, so I'm not going to complain. It's appreciated though.
I think we're getting to that part of the period in time where we're sort of getting a bit. We are. What's the word? Not drip fed. Being drip fed stuff, aren't we? So we kind of have to make our own content to fill the void a bit.
To keep going, keep the voice out there, keep the noise out there. That's why we have these tweetathons. I'm also interested.
Like anyone in the chat, if you've got anything you want to, whatever it is, Shenmue, you want to make a video on, just do it. Because, like I say, we're getting a bit drip fed. Any sort of news, so any Shenmue content is like really welcomed right now. Renus thinks that Baish will come after the Cave Cliff Temple scene. What do you think about that, Matt?
Possibly. I could see it working.
Yeah, well, like Shensun did sort of say that they moved that stuff to the castle, right? But I think that was mainly, wasn't that just in the like sort of the stretch goal, sort of what's been changed? It said like Baish is now fortified castle or something.
Yeah.
Which is probably just like a way of saying like we fulfilled this commitment.
Yeah.
Somewhat. They didn't get any more negative press.
Look at the chat. So Sons, apparently we should get some Uber Eats if they announce Shenmue 4. We don't need that. It's appreciated. Do you think we'll hear anything about Shenmue 4 by the end of 2024? I'd like to think so. I mean, I can't nail my colours to mast 100%, but I'd like to think so. James Rayner, it's been like 2 years since the Shenmue 4 prototype was made. Hopefully we'll have news in the coming future. I had to read that twice. I was like, Shenmue 4 prototype? What's he on about? It was the one that Cedric talked about. I was like, fuck, what?
Yeah.
No. It's the one that...
Told you about it.
Yeah, he told me about it when I interviewed him. That interview's... that'll be 3 years this year since I did that. I need to get him back on, really.
How time goes, man.
At the time, that was a major fucking scoop. It's one of the ones I'm really proud of, actually.
When you think about it, if they have been working on the game since that prototype, like, there's like 3 years of work there then.
Yeah. So if they've been working on it quietly all that time, then who, we're getting old. Yeah, I know. We're fucking old. I'm 37 in January.
The rate that we're getting the games, we're going to be 50, aren't we, by the time we see the end?
Even if they haven't got a publisher, I'd be surprised, knowing Yu Suzuki and how clever he is, that he's not been chipping away slowly at things. Because the more it's chipped away at, the more the structures are there, more of that's there, the less money a publisher's going to have to put into it.
Watch out.
And Yu Suzuki is 60 something, same age as my dad, he's 67.
He's going to be about 80.
He'll never retire.
Releases Shenmue 5.
And one thing I do want to reassure people about, is we found when we were watching the Kickstarter updates for the podcast we did a while ago, is he does have a succession plan in place. He has talked about that.
Yeah.
Now, Abdullah, you make an interesting point there. I've got, spoiler alert, a video where I talk about whether Shenmue should embrace the digital-only future.
I think whatever happens,
a few weeks.
Limited run games are going to pick it up. They're the type of company that will not let a Shenmue game be digital only.
You'd hope not. Yeah, I think they would do something.
But yeah, I could see it releasing digitally only. But I can tell you with like absolute certainty that Josh or whoever they would not let a Shenmue game not be physical.
They'd do it. I'm sure they would. So you guys are thinking speedrunning Shenmue. The first game's really hard to speedrun. Lemon did a mod for it. I think he released it over Easter. I want to say Easter time.
Yeah. Skipping the cutscenes.
Yeah. So he skipped cutscenes and really like properly speedrun it. I'll have to find the link, but Lemon did a mod for it, like very specific mod. It was made for somebody. I can't say who, but there is a mod out there for that. I did think because the guy did put some money his way. I did think the money he gave him was a bit of a piss take for the work he did, but that's
Commission.
Fucking wasn't even that, was it?
Word.
Fucking tight-ass bastard.
Someone asked you to do something.
Shenmue 2 is far more speedrun friendly. I've seen people do it in well under 2 hours. A1 Major was doing it a while ago. A mod Rainer for skipping cutscenes in Shenmue 1. Lemon made one, so you can skip all the cutscenes.
Yeah, I think there was like a designated button. Because obviously in Shenmue 1 you can only skip the opening cutscene, can't you?
Ah, Joe, are you talking about? I can't. I need to be careful what I say here.
Game.
Is it Forklift Racer or is it something else? We need a Saudi rich person, Shenmue fan, to fund the rest of the series. Well, I keep trying to win the Euro Millions, but unfortunately the bastards aren't with me.
Does that mean there's a game coming out this Christmas, Joe? Holiday game.
I do need to stream Forklift
Or is
Racer.
it like Rio goes to Ibiza. It's like a holiday.
シェンファー
え
この奥は
わからない
シェンファーは
うん
Ah, yes, I know what you're talking about, Joe.
父はまだ
I yeah, I was talking to George today, actually.
I know what you're on about.
Yeah. I've already lined that one up.
What's that emoji, by the way, I'm looking at?
Oh, yeah. Like a little dancey emoji.
もしかするとこの中に
行こ
Elon. Does he play Shenmue, though? It would just literally be that easy, wouldn't it?
The only games he plays is
If someone like that was
fucking Twitter up.
Shenmue.
Or X as it's called now. I've got a question, actually, speaking of the tweetathon. Tweetathon's the bread and butter for the community, right? Makes absolute sense. What should we be doing on top of it? Because I've had a couple of ideas I've tried to get off the ground that haven't quite got there yet.
こんなところがあったなんて
It's a difficult one, isn't it?
The thunderclap
Yeah,
is
thunderclap
something
would be good.
that is still being worked on because Twitter's API changed, which has then fucked the work from last time.
うとにかく奥へ行
We had it nearly ready to go, and then stripped for Shenmue. Don't think people want to see me do that. Not setting up
Full
an
of ideas right
I'm
now.
not setting up an OnlyFans for that. I will get minus subscriptions.
You'd actually lose money for Shenmue.
Yeah, so it's not worth me doing.
It's difficult. I don't know.
Yeah, the Team U
Just-
days. You remember that, James?
シェンファー
I was going to say we just need to sort of embrace Air Twister, I think. Just
Yeah.
see if that helps. It's like kind of a lifeline at the moment.
文字
Does anyone think about their mental health trying to will this game into
私の役目は
existence?
終わった我ら一族に託されし法が
Getting tougher and tougher, isn't it?
It's hard work. Like, we are in the hard yards now. I've said it for ages. But if the community stops and doesn't, and some in the community don't get over their feelings for Shenmue 3 and dwell on it and don't pull together, it's going to be even harder. And it's a fucking, get over it now. It's done. That's it. Unfortunately, runners,
It's with
they're
other
not going to
世間
they're not going to chuck 100 million at Shenmue as much as I'd like it.
What communities do you think, Abdullah?
法王
Like the Yakuza community?
Tojo Dojo
その証を
were
確かめる
and are Shenmue fans, but they've gone dead. They haven't done anything proper
わからない
on their
True.
Twitter for
Yeah, but-
fucking months and months and
きっ
months.
と
They haven't done any Yakuza news
あ
anywhere
るはず
for a long time.
Yakuza fan we kind of hooked up with a little bit for that.
Yeah, he doesn't
Shenmue
stream.
Yakuza
He doesn't
shows.
stream, but he is
He's a cool guy.
he is a good dude. He is a Shenmue fan. I did speak to him when all these other Yakuza games were getting announced, and sort of said, you know, this is great, etc. I can't remember where I'm going.
Right now. It's massive though, isn't it? That's no letter opening. They didn't just open Shenfua's father's letter with that thing, did they? Bloody
Oh,
hell.
excuse me.
Got it to hand, yeah.
これは
Gone from sword to dagger
Hey,
to letter opener.
Erotic Finger, welcome in. Listening tomorrow while working, fantastic. Good to see you in.
同じりょう
そうか
Sound effects. can't even hear the game, but I can hear the sound effect.
He's got like a full-on He-Man sword, and then you've got your little letter opener.
Sword from mouse.
I do find it funny how it, like in Shenmue 3, it is a lot smaller.
Again, another continuity thing. I would have, like, I know Yu Suzuki originally intended it to be a dagger, but it's been a sword. I think once it's been something, I think you should really commit to it. Or, like, my idea was, after this cutscene, it, like, comes back out of the plinth or whatever and drops to the floor smaller, like, shrinks. You know, just give a bit of, like, a reason why it's smaller.
They retconned that part of it in Shenmue 3, didn't they, in the opening? Which, ironically, if I remember rightly, in New Game Plus, the cave scene doesn't play.
Okay.
Which I find really weird.
So it just skips straight to walking down the hill?
Yeah, Bailu. So you have the white, and they're at the top of Bailu. Yeah. Looking over it, it skips to there.
Well, New Game Plus, it gives you the option, doesn't it, where you want to start?
Yeah, it does.
You should just take it with him and just stab Landy with it.
I think he'd just cut him in half with the He-Man sword, wouldn't he? Woof.
Yeah, yeah. Struggle with the dagger. Do you reckon that's the issue, Ren, is because it's such a unique game, it's hard to, like, sell it to other communities?
I think also it gets a bit of an unfair reputation. Shenmue's generalised by Shenmue 1. Whereas...
I'd like to know the opinions of people that watch the anime with those perceptions of, like, Shenmue 1 and then seeing the Shenmue 2 stuff for the first time. If any opinions changed, I don't know. It was kind of like the Sal wanted the anime is like a good way in to the series for people.
That's an interesting point, son. Actually, the marketing, Shenmue 1's marketing was insane. They had, basically a limitless budget. Shenmue 2 definitely had no marketing because it was on a dead console and ended up with Microsoft, who didn't do a lot of marketing around it for whatever reason. I'd love to get Peter Moore on the show to talk about that. I am trying. And Shenmue 3's marketing was meh. It did get some because there was like it had the booth at Gamescom. It had the big banner at E3 2019. It was at TGS. It was at the game shows. But beyond that, there wasn't a lot. But I've also heard a story that some people at the publisher weren't particularly struck on Shenmue and didn't put a lot of effort into it. But I don't know how true that is or not. But if that's the case, you can see why they didn't do a lot, the bastards. But then why not lean on the community to like help you? Because we'd have marketed it free.
Exactly. We did anyway, but at the main source. What it needed was really, really explaining why it's such a beloved series. I feel like maybe people just sort of took it for granted. Just sort of expected that just the name itself alone would sell copies. I don't know.
Hey, James,
like if we'd have had the documentary, if we'd have had the documentary like before,
I think, James, we can talk about the person at Deep Silver privately because I don't want to get myself like shot. But yeah, there were certain people there who weren't into it, and I don't think put their full weight behind it. Put it that way.
Shame. I think also like the Kickstarter backlash really, like how they say, like any news is good news, or whatever they say for like things like that. But I think that really did a lot to damage people's willingness to try it.
It didn't help. It didn't help. Look at them now. Deep Silver and Embracer turning to dog shit. So they bought everybody, didn't have an idea what to do with it.
Silver says he's done my part.
Shenmue
30
3
copies.
speedrun is 7 hours 30 minutes. Is that New Game Plus? If that is, I reckon I could fancy that.
I reckon you could do that, mate. Because if you just nail the story and you've got the money in hand.
Oh, a full new game. What mode's that on?
So you got to do the training and stuff. Or are people just
that's quick.
Going in like level 1
with the training?
Fighting?
That's quite quick. If it's story mode and you don't try any difficulty.
Yeah, like if you did easy and you don't really need to train.
Story mode. I reckon I could nail that. Because I'm better at the fighting in Shenmue 3 than I am the originals.
Because technically, you don't have to train, do you? It's just going to be a longer fight.
I'd have to watch one.
Like, block,
I'd have to sit down
dodge,
and watch it and work out what they're doing. I don't have got the time to do it. I'm tempted. Like, it's probably one of those things that I think I could mark as a stream one day to do. Like, and see what you can give it a go.
Even if you're just trying, experimenting, I think it'd be quite interesting to watch, Matt. Like, see if you could literally like beat the bookie without training, that sort of stuff.
I have done that. I can beat the bookie without training.
And then what's the next fight after that? Is it Mr. Muscles? Well, not Mr. Muscles, but
it's the Blue Spiders guys at Tanari Spring, which
which I reckon you could beat them too easily, but I'm not sure about Yanlang.
But you don't need to beat Yang Lang. It's designed for you to lose anyway, I think.
Don't you have to beat him on the last?
The last one, I think it gets to a point where a cutscene kicks in anyway, and you have to do the cuts. You have to do the.
I thought you had to deplete his health.
And I might be wrong.
He still defeats you, but
I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
Because doesn't he say like, "Oh, go back to the dojo" or something?
James, Matt, what was your reaction to the end of Shenmue 2 the first time you saw it? I was like, what? What the fuck? Give me the third game now. You know?
The first time I was probably like, disappointed, maybe. But then Guilin, I've grown to like absolutely adore. Because I think I've said in the past, like the first time I was seeing the magic stuff, I was in the, I want my Shenmue game to be like really reality focused. But like over the years, the magical stuff is what I want to see more now. I don't know if that's just because it's like I've gotten older and my tastes have changed or whatever, but
that's what I thought, James. In the fight with Yank, the first fight with him, you can get your health down, or you can let him defeat you.
The first fight you can lose, and then as long as you beat the two blue spiders and get to him,
because he will batter
then you can lose.
With no training. He should batter you pretty quickly.
But the second time, I'm sure you have to get his health all the way down, otherwise he says back to the dojo for you or something like that.
Yeah.
Just spam snake drinks, I suppose. But then you'd have to spend time making money, wouldn't you, in a new game?
Yeah, you would.
Or picking herbs, which would take a lot of time, I reckon. But then again, you do need money, don't you, for 2 money sinks? So you'd probably have to find like a good route of herb picking for that. Like get the, like whatever, he gives you the 600 or whatever for getting a full set of like 10 herbs. If you knew exactly where those 10 herbs were, those specific ones, that's probably like what you'd have to do.
I have to nip to the loo in a sec and then
They've also changed the credits, didn't they?
Yeah, because they added in the D3T stuff.
I think the end of Shenmue 1 credits don't even go into the additional song like they do on the Dreamcast for some reason. John Clark, remember him?
Oh yeah. See you, James. By the way.
Cheers, James.
Right, I'm gonna nip to the loo. 2 seconds.
What's the screenplay thing that Eric Halser's written? I don't know what it's about. You'd have to ask some other people that potentially have read it. I was about to spoil it then. I don't know, but I know a couple of people have read the actual screenplay he's written, and it's really good. I think he's not made a film. He's just written how his film should go. Well, like the script, really. I take it's kind of like if you think of like the Shenmue scripts that they're giving away at the Kickstarter. Those original scripts that they'd written is like the outline of a story, and then he's hoping that someone will read it and then take it on and actually produce it as a film. But yeah, he seems to have got some rewards for it, which is really cool to see, like some sort of script writing, screenplay, film festivals or something that rank these things, perhaps. He submitted it and it's won an award. Love to read it. Stu wants to see a Virtua Fighter 6. We all would, to be fair. James, can I post what I've made on Unreal Engine and the Discord? Of course you can, man.
Of course you can.
If it's Shenmue related, you can do it wherever you want. Shenmue channel, general channel. If it's not Shenmue related, just put it in the community projects.
Just say if you've used any mods or anything or any work that people have done, just credit it and that's fine.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, I think we're kind of hoping for a VF6 TGS. Fingers crossed.
It'd be absolutely insane if they didn't do a VF6. I don't understand their... Oh, my Xbox controller just died as well. Ha! That's good timing.
Yeah, good timing.
That's really good timing. I could have done that better if I tried. Oh dear. Well,
people complained about like those VMU batteries, CR23
I know.
batteries, whatever they're called. And yeah, the Xbox controller. No one complains about having to get AA batteries all the time.
Well, no, I've got loads downstairs actually, so I'll just top them up for next time. Right, we have smashed Shenmue 2. How many streams is that? 3?
Potentially, man, or maybe even 4. I felt like you were getting a bit concerned at one point. Didn't you do like two streams in Kowloon?
Shenmue 1 took me... I want to say...
You may have done Shenmue Hong Kong in one stream, did you? I don't know.
I did most of it pretty quickly. I think it might have been... I think you're right. I think it's 4. And I think Shenmue 1 took me 5. So
yeah,
I've got 3 streams left, plus any bonuses to do Shenmue 3 New Game Plus. So we'll see how we go with that one. As I think
we'll do it.
Yeah, I think we'll be alright. It's whether I'm on PlayStation or PC, but I'll sort that out nearer the time. Got a month to worry about that. Guys, thank you for dropping into the stream as always. It's much appreciated that everybody that comes into the community drops in. It's great to see some new faces here as well for the first time. Guys, check out our content on YouTube. Shenmue Dojo VOD over there on YouTube. We've got videos, we've got podcasts, we've got analysis, we've got all sorts over there. We're on Twitter, Shenmue_Dojo. We're on Facebook, Shenmue Dojo. Instagram, Shenmue Dojo as well. But there's also a plethora of Shenmue community out there, guys. Shenmue Forever, Phantom River Stone are 2 of the standout ones. Shenmusing. You've got Team Walinshu who are doing Forklift Race and the Dragon and Phoenix project, which I had a small update on today, and it's looking really good. I'm hoping there might be a bit of a tease tomorrow for that. We'll see how that goes. But guys, there's a massive Shenmue community out there. Keep pushing, keep working. Hashtag Let's Get Shenmue 4. Hashtag Shenmue Anime 2. We will get there. We will get there, I promise you. The dojo content will keep running until we do. And when Shenmue 4 does get announced, I think James and I may have a slight heart attack by realising, shit, we've got a lot of content to put together very quickly.
If we're alive after that heart attack.
Yeah, if we're alive. We'll work that out from there. But guys, I'm going to take us out in the traditional method of You know what it is by now. I'm not even of Wish. Get your saxes ready, guys. We will be back on the 4th of October. James should be doing a lore stream this Friday. We have a podcast out tomorrow, Titch playthrough on Wednesday, I have a video out on Saturday. There's a bucket load of content coming, guys, and more to follow that as well. Let's pull together, let's get Shenmue 4, and we'll go from there. But for now, guys, take care, have a good one, and I'll see you soon.
Cheers, guys.
she